Dear students, as per the requests of different people, of course, online also and the otherwise also, I'm coming up with small sessions where you will learn. I realize that there are long lessons which I give you. Many of you get dissuaded away and you don't listen to it properly. So everybody requested that we should go for a small session of 10 to 15 or 20 minutes, dot to dot. Some of them still are going on 20-25 minutes. Hope this also helps you. Now, before I rush up, this is the second part. We've already done one. I've said one thing very frankly, that whenever you see a picture, you get a senses out of it. You get some feeling out of it. कभी भी आप एक पिक्चर देखते हैं तो एक उससे एक भाव मिलता है आपको कि ये जो एक्शन हो रहा है बड़ा सही है. तो अब पॉजिटिव एक्शन और पॉजिटिव सिचुएशन में फर्क क्या है? देखो, पॉजिटिव एक्शन पॉजिटिव सिचुएशन देखा जाए तो एक परिस्थिति है जिसमें कोई सही काम हो रहा है और बाद में एक परिस्थिति है जो सही है. ठीक, तो इनमें अंतर क्या है कि जहां पॉजिटिव एक्शन में पिक्चर मिलेगी तो आपका कैरेक्टर आपको उससे मिलता हुआ डेवलप करके उसको एक्शन मोड में लाना होगा जो इससे तस्वीर में दिखाया जा रहा है, और बाद में उसका अच्छा निष्कर्ष निकालना होगा. दैट मीन्स यू विल टेक द पिक्चर, you will start your story from a character, and he did this action which is being shown in the picture, which was in the last section, and thereafter the result is this. Now in positive situation, what basically comes, the picture will become a happy ending kind of picture. Now how does happy ending come? It generally, as I have taught you in stories, it comes at the end of the movie. Am I right? It comes in the last. So here, in this positive situation, the picture may be talking of a happy last, but we will have to create a story. So we will create a story where a person acted, then he did this, and finally this happened, which is matching the picture. Have you understood the difference between positive action and positive situation? Any doubts? Is it clear to you? Backbenchers? Yes. Clear? So understanding? So you have to go through it. Now let's start with this. This is a person being congratulated. Why is he being congratulated? You can build up the story that so and so did this. Finally was called by the senior officer and congratulated. Am I right? How beautiful it can be. It can be also related to your school, that you were given a project, you did it well, and then the principal called him in his office, where he visits the people, and he congratulated him and also gave him a certificate. You can write that yes or no. Understood? You must have felt so many times, you must have had good experiences. Here you can also reflect your biodata. If you have received any award, anything, you can write it here. Why shouldn't you write? Am I right? Suppose you've been called for debate, suppose you've been called for something, you must have been called for congratulations. And some of you who are working in the Air Force, you must have been called for your appreciation. Which appreciation? The appreciation of what? Of your work by the officer. So you can write that. Is it clear? Now we come down to positive situation here also. Here also we are getting the same feeling. Here it is a family thing, everybody is congratulated. You want to talk about it, that when see. Now similar kind of stories can come in this situation also. Here that was official congratulation. This is family congratulation. That somebody, you can write, NDA candidates can write, there were NDA candidates who are planning, TAs, sorry. NDAs, SSBs are nearly over. TAs, candidates must be getting those things when they have, he get a call and he goes for the interview, gets selected, and people argue happily. Don't you imagine when you go positively, with a positive thought that you will get selected? Doesn't that emotion come into your mind? Doesn't it inspire you? If it does, then write a story on that. Similarly, there are people going for OTA. They must be thinking that they got selected and everybody happily hugged them and it was a very joyous moment. Yes. So this can be used, that is what it means, positive situation can be used in the last section of the story, but it can certainly become a source of idea for the picture. So therefore, whenever you see a picture, try to see it, whether it is, what kind of feeling is it giving. If it is positive situation, fine. I'm not trying to tell you that you have to grade everything, but it will help you in thought generation. These rules are not any rules. They are only mind rules which will help your mind to function and not get blocked. What should I write? Will I be able to write? You don't have to do that. Is it clear? Let's go further. Again, on an annual thing, this can be a manager being congratulated by the other person. Yes or no? It can be a student also who's written a wonderful thing. You do in terms of annual functions, you do anything. You must have done many of the group cultural activities. You must have done many kind of other things. You can write. You can also take down some people who are working on the annual report time of the company. They did this. Yes or no? You can write. Then we come down to this one. Here he is receiving a post. Again, a happy situation can be there. The person has been selected, finally gets the joining letter. But before that, what are the other things you can write? You can pour your heart out, how you worked hard for your NDA, what you all did, or for your, NDA, OTA, or whatever it is, or for WES entries and other kind of things. You can write your heart out. AFCAT entries, you can write. And thereafter, what happened? This happened. Is it clear? So positive situation can be taken that way. Sometimes these pictures can be taken also to create that they were called for this, then they went and did this. He received a letter informing him to reach for NSS activity as he's, or anything for that matter, whatever you've done. So these are all suggestive videos which will help you generate ideas. Now here again, this is a party kind of thing. Now, when do you have party? When you finish off something. So you can say that there was an officer who went for a operation, he finished off. When they came back, their family members decided for a party and they gave him a surprise party where they had dances and celebrated good food and a good memory. Right? That's it. So here also it can be in a positive situation. It can also be that the people who are working in the companies, they worked hard and they got the good project, and then in the end of the program, the company organized a party celebration. Am I right? It can be yes or no. So these are the ways you have to do it. Trophy achievement. If you have received trophy in science project, please write it. If you have written on maths, please write it. If you have received on games, please write it. Please don't get stigmatized. Don't get prejudiced. कि भाई यही लिखना है. अरे भाई जो मन में आए लिखो, अपनी आत्मा खोलो. Psychology test है, creative test नहीं है. Remember that. Now we come down to another. This is a glad rags लगा हुआ positive situation की एक. अब भाई end में उन्होंने function के end में होता है ना. Yes, a lot of engineering fellows. You have the youth festival, and in the last you have a fashion show kind of thing, or a dance competition, or a walk show kind of thing. You can do that. So, what I'm trying to do is try to help you that these can be happy endings, but now you have to write a story. So you can write that they organized, they made sure that every good area, that can be one. Then there can be that they worked very hard. Finally, in the final competition, they went and did this, right? So you are supposed to utilize the picture in your story, but you have to have freedom of your own thought and write it relevantly. Now here, this is again in interview kind of thing. You give interviews, don't you? You give interviews for your job, you give interviews for other things, and of course you're going for the SSB interview. You can write a story how this boy prepared himself and finally went for the interview, gave all the right answers to the point, did his homework before that, and as a result he got selected. Finish. You can write. Now you said, sir, this is very... No, write with your own blend of writing, your thoughts, your emotions. That is the variety. But when I'm showing you a picture, which is clearly of an interview. How can you write something that is sitting in planet Mars and talking to people from Jupiter? Funny. So come back to the practical thing. Is it clear? We want you to know to write freely. And if they are showing you an interview, they must be asking, desiring. What is the psychologist desiring? That right? How you prepared for the interview, or how you believe your interview will go, and think positive. So you should think you got selected. Yes. Fine. Now this is of a farewell. Again, as I have told you, what happens? After you will get selected, where will you go? To the different academies. You will have to say bye-bye to your family. Or will you take them also along? In case you desire too early, it's a different thing. But you would be leaving them, right? So don't you think that it can be a story ending? That is what I mean, that the positive situation can be used as a story ending. Where a person, before that you can show how he worked out and what did he do, and finally the day came when he went for the academy and said goodbye, right? So you get an idea. You get an idea how to use the picture and where to use the picture in the starting, middle or last. That is what is my purpose. My purpose is to help you gain your confidence, not mine. I am already over story, but you gain your confidence. Is it clear? Okay, God bless you. This is again a situation of farewell kind of thing, when a person, father is meeting his son kind of thing, and the lady, the mother and the daughter, sister is watching. Now again a happy moment, yes or no. So you can write a story where something has been achieved. Now you will say that, sir, is it going to be only for joining? No, it can be anything related to your debate competition, or your some kind of celebration, or you created some good project, or any kind of happy moment. And when you are writing it from your heart, naturally it will be in your heart. So when in the interview they'll ask you, you will also tell the same thing. Am I right? So this is the way you have to write from your heart, because heart will not leave your body before you die. So when you will keep your things from heart, then in the interview also you will talk from heart, and as a result of which your selection will be more powerful. Now there are n number of elements for selection. They want to see your confidence, they want to see your general things, the truthfulness. A lot of people here lie, maximum rejection because of lying. Or they copy things, story is absolutely ultra, and they are not able to speak even single words. Sorry, improve. Clear? That is all for this session. So you will get this small sessions made so that you can grasp better and pay your full attention. We'll talk about another set of stories. I'm giving you 10, 10, 11, 11 separately so that you can understand. God bless you. Thank you.